your tea and mind your business.
Like people of other tones would be favored, and I dealt with people who didn't believe in themselves, and that like rubbed off on me a bit. And just I've learned it's not about the number, it's about who is in that number. I asked one of the other models, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, who this for? They like, this for Rocky or something. So now I'm like fangirl on the inside. I'm gonna say like, okay. But there were some other models there that were of different colors.
They got paid more?
Like 10,000.
Crown, 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 I never bow down. I sip my tea in my business. I sip my tea in my business. I'm a queen, and I am meant to be free. I'm a queen, and I am meant to be free. I sip my tea in my business. I sip my tea in my.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sarah. Welcome back to Styling by Sarah. I appreciate you guys joining me again on my fashion and beauty journey. Today we're doing another episode, spilling the industry tea, and I'm with Khafeeon. Love.
Hi, Reggie.
Essence Fashion House Walk was a success. Hey y'all, I'm Khafeeon Love. I am 22 from Newark, New Jersey. I've been modeling, I would say, for about 4 years. I had an agent for 2 years, and I am recently independent. Yeah.
First time I ever saw you, and that was probably 2015. But yeah, we never met until 2020, before shit went down in the world that we exist in right now.
Coronavirus.
that was wild. Yeah, and like, what's it, like January, February? So like a year. Yep, a year now. So growing up, I always been underweight. Like I always been underweight, and that's just naturally how it was. And I got teased a lot for it. Like, and modeling was somewhere that embraced that size. But then as I got more into the industry, I'm like, oh, this is actually fucked up. Like, this is the standard. Oh wow, okay. So it was this space that like helped me feel beautiful, but then the longer I got into it, it was a space where I started to not feel beautiful. I gained 30 pounds, y'all, recently.
Okay. Healthy weight.
And I find myself now, definitely like within the first couple months, being like so uncomfortable in front of the camera now, and like seeing other models that are like smaller than me, or just, and it's not even like that much smaller than me, but just, I don't know, just seeing where I was to now has been like just something to adjust to, because it's like embracing a whole new person. Like I don't fit a lot of my pants now anymore, like just a lot of different things. And people, I know it's like, bitch, you skinny. Yes, I know.
Walk out the door, you see someone that you know, and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Bitch, you skinny.
Sometimes I was just like, excuse me, bitch. Like, oh, and I know, y'all, I know. It's just an adjustment. And definitely, I would say, in high-end fashion, like I was just used to being the sample size, and now I'm not. But I don't know, body image isn't something, like the physicality, like size is something I didn't really have an issue with. It's more like facial structure, skin tone, hair type, like those are the things that more so height brought out, I would say, insecurities.
Aren't you? You're tall though. How tall they want you to be?
Tall.
I thought it was like 5'9", like minimum. Like
I'm 5'8".
Oh, so that inch really be making people press.
I'm 5'8", and people be tall. People be tall. People be tall, y'all. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And being dark skinned and stuff. Like growing up, I was called bird twig before I twig, like all of these things. And that's something that I'm learning to like be comfortable in, because even in like this sense, I don't know, I feel like it just blends to so many parts of my life where and like my social life and my dating life, like people of other tones would be favored, and I'm like, okay, like is it because of that, or is it like, am I cool, am I not cool, like what is it, you know? I like doing protective styles a lot, and I remember I went to a casting one day, I had braids and stuff, and they were like, oh, maybe not so long next time, or oh, can you have your hair like this? But they don't like it. It's not like they have somebody to do it.
Yeah, they're not paying for it.
They're not paying to get it done, but they just want you to have it a certain way. And like my agency pushed me to look one way all the time, and I'm like, that's just not
what was that
realistic. They liked my fro. They love the fro because it makes me look more foreign. It makes me look more exotic. I'm American, y'all. Like. I'm from Jersey. I'm from Norkian. Okay.
Yeah.
Norkian. I don't know. And then with my name is Khafeeon, so people automatically assume I'm just from like somewhere else. So when my hair wasn't in the fro, they like, what is this? Like,
Who is she?
Who is she? And I'm like, I'm so much more, guys. And I'm like, yes, woohoo to the fro, but I could tell it's because they want a particular theme, like, you know, they don't want me as a person, and I mean, I guess that's modeling in general. They don't want you, but they want the look, and I'm like, okay, all right. So yeah, hair was definitely something. It just happened to stick one way, look one way. And I've been in castings where it's been like people from like all over the world and like different countries and things, and they're European, don't look like me, like. And then there's me, and I dealt with imposter syndrome a lot of feeling like, am I supposed to be here? Like, and I feel like a lot of people, when I say this to people, they're like, what? Like, I couldn't tell, and I'm like, y'all, I be cringing. Like, I was cringing on the inside of like, oh, am I supposed to be here? Like, oh my gosh, because yeah, it's modeling is a world I had to learn. I would say on my own in a way, because I don't have like a momager or like anything. I just like went for it because it's what I wanted to do. So
hey, yeah, you be deleting all your stuff on Instagram.
I'm just like, after everything that happened, I was just like, fuck the past. Like,
what I'm learning with psychology, I brought this up to you before about self-sabotaging. I feel like that's what's been happening. Like, you have a platform. There are tons of people of all types of levels who know you, who will never think that you're insecure about your abilities and everything you've accomplished. They just see you as Khafeeon, accomplishing things and being a baddie. Like, that's...
It's beautiful.
So it's like, we get in our heads and we just self-sabotage ourselves because we make this assumption that we're not good enough. When no one's seeing it that way.
Yeah. And I realized I had, not even past modeling or just in general, feeling like my mistakes are just like really loud and just present. Like, so I'm like, I don't know, I had this feeling of like, if I share who I am now, there's gonna be like, look at this girl doing this. Yeah. And I'm breaking out of it, y'all. I post, okay, if you go look, I recently posted, I'm gonna post again. So breaking out of that and really owning like who I am and being beautiful, because also growing up I heard you're vain. Oh my gosh, like, why are you into yourself so much, or da-da-da. So I'm like, all right,
it's just your character though.
Yeah.
We all have characters.
I'm like, dang, I thought I was just, you know, rocking with me. Like, I grew up the only child. I gotta like myself, damn it. Like, gosh, but it's vain, or like, oh, you a lot. Like, I am a big personality. So I toned down a lot and I internalized that a lot, and I dealt with people who didn't believe in themselves, and that like rubbed off on me a bit, and just like second guessing and doubting. And I'm just like, girl, that's real. Discerning what energy is yours, what energy is not yours. Where does it come from? where these thought processes come from. That's where I'm at now, and it's definitely helping me push past like those limiting beliefs and slowly but surely getting back into, you know, believing. And well, I do believe, but just like really truly seeing it for myself and doing the work to get there, instead of just saying like, I don't think it's gonna work out for me, I'm not even gonna try. So like getting back into trying again.
In reality, you can become a very popular model without being on Instagram. Like all these popular models, they were popular without Instagram. Like it's doable. But the connection wise, like that's what Instagram offers, like you being connected to people you otherwise wouldn't have been connected to.
Yeah, I have allowed before Instagram to play tricks on like my abilities of like, why am I not getting shared? Why am I stuck at 3,000 followers? What the fuck? Like, you know, but still the love that I receive is so genuine, so pure, and I appreciate everybody. And like you said, it's people from all different spectrums that see my page. I know there are people that see me like have some real, like, I don't want to say like ability to bring opportunity into my life that I see. So I've learned it's not about the number, it's about who is in that number. Yeah, it's definitely about who is in that number versus the what is the number. The what of the number is cool to have, like, you know, to reach more people and have a bigger audience, but also quality.
Yeah, who you know can really change your life.
Who has helped? Her name is Sarah Benjamin. She's a sweetheart. She's the one who helped me get casted for the ASAP thing and like keeps me on her roster for things. She's just a personal like sweetheart. She's like, you know, because like one time I did tell her like how I was feeling and stuff. She's like, you're magical. Like don't ever let nobody tell you otherwise. Don't ever let nobody help you make you believe otherwise.
Like her having that one connection landed her like a really big opportunity. It was interesting.
I'm on your Apple Music, y'all. So cool. Who else? Just also a lot of local artists that like just rock with me. I'm grateful. Let's see, designers that I build personal relationships with. I don't know. I have always tried to not focus on like the that part of things. Like I know it's like, you know, a status level, I guess, of people that could help, but I always look at it as like, okay, what can I do though? Like what can I do for me to help me get there? And just being grateful for the people that are supportive. I feel like when I think about it, like, you know how people like, oh, I got haters, like like, you know, like, oh, my haters. I'm just like, I never have been a person that's like, I don't know who the fuck y'all are. Like, I don't know who my haters are. Like, I would pray I don't even have any. Like, I just don't know. So I focus on what is working for me now, and that's kind of how I have led like my career. Focus on what is working for me than what's not. I slipped like past couple months has been like a little dark place, but we're back and shifting my focus back to just what works. It's always been like a me thing, what I look at it as, not like a other people thing. Yeah,
I have a friend who always tells me that no matter what, whatever connection you're supposed to have, whoever is supposed to interact with you, it's going to happen regardless if you delete the account or if you don't.
That's true.
Everything is just occurring exactly how it's supposed to. So maybe you weren't supposed to. Maybe that the whole plan was for you not to interact with anyone for that amount of months, and then the people you were supposed to interact will come.
I truly feel that. Yeah,
So,
I'm calling this my foundational period. Like I want to completely redo my portfolio, just take more creative control and actually put out ideas that I have and do visuals, because like so much more than just modeling. Like I want to do visuals for my writing, and I think that's where this is leading me. It's still modeling. I'm working with more independent, like black owned brands, so like it's beautiful in here, Breland.
Good morning, everyone. God has let me live another day, and I am about to make it everyone's problem.
People of color with Alex Uraley, like dancing with Taisha Apparel, can't forget you. People that I have connections with, and like I feel like I could really grow with. something that is really sticking in my head, like recently, has been Issa Rae's Network Across. Love her. Love that advice. Like, and I think that's what this is years for. It's definitely, I'm calling it my foundational year, because I feel like I went into the modeling world just pew and just was like, okay, this is what I'll do. Sure. Yeah, this is what I gotta do. Okay, like anything. But now I'm like, okay, really having discernment, choosing better for myself and what aligns with what my heart is saying. Yeah.
So what would you say the biggest opportunity you've gotten in modeling?
I went to Milan.
I saw that. She put it on her YouTube channel too.
Oh, yeah, I did it on a YouTube channel. It's a really cute vlog, guys.
How was everything?
It was amazing. Like, oh my gosh. It was really like random how it came. Like, I feel like my big opportunities come really randomly when I'm not even focusing on like getting something super big. It's just when I'm just living. So Gucci reached out to my agency with like my name in the subject. They wanted me, and I was like,
They wanted me.
like, oh my god, y'all want me? They wanted me. So then my agent sent out a package of like that's what they call a package, like when you sit down who the options are. And yeah, they sent it back, and it was like, I want the one I sent the message for. And they're like, that one. So flew out to Milan for the casting. I didn't even go out there knowing if I got the show. They flew out 300 models just to cast.
Jeez.
Right. So I'm like, I ain't get flown all the way out here for nothing. Y'all not gonna fly me to Milan to send me back home. I refuse. So the next day after the casting, they like, you hear people going home, but you ain't hear nothing. So I'm like, okay, if I don't hear nothing, then that's something. Like, cool. So made it to the show. It was so amazing, so surreal. It showed me that it was possible for me to do that and to like make a career out of it. It was an amazing time of my life. I loved it. It made me want more, would say. But when I came back to Jersey, like, I don't want to say lost momentum. I was in like a whole completely different space. I was in a toxic relationship, like a whole bunch of bullshit. So I let that like get me back down, but that was like the biggest thing. And the ASAP Rocky work, that was fun. I felt like a rock star for like a week, maybe like a month.
Still a rock star.
All right, thank you. It was really fun. He had us a part of his Sotheby's performance. Sotheby's, yeah, it's a art museum, art exhibit type of space in the city. I don't know if it's museum or exhibit. I just Sotheby's. Yeah, that was really fun. So we got to be a part of that whole experience, and we performed at, was it Radio? It was some place. I don't know if it's Radio. Not Radio City. Radio City is small or big. It's some music hall, but it was up and down, and then it was somewhere else. I forgot the name, but we got to like be on stage and like fake perform a song and stuff. It was great. That was great. I would say those are my big modeling things. Oh, I got featured on Thrive Global's website. That was cool.
Recent.
Yeah, that was recent. They recognized me as a artiste. Essence Fashion House fashion show. I can't believe I forgot that. Cause no, I feel horrible. Black. Okay.
That's hilarious.
One was Richmond NC, and he's amazing. And then the other one was Tungaro, and she designed the dresses for Beyonce's Spirit video. So I felt this much closer to Beyonce. I was like, oh, I'm almost there, B.
Oh my god, so that makes
I love you.
That makes me think about how crazy it is that like the same people that these celebrities be using in terms of hairstylists, designers, makeup artists, whatever it may be, you can also work with those same people.
Yep.
It's crazy that person can be this much higher as you in terms of celebrity wise, but you can have the same team around you that they do.
Yep. And the Essence Fashion House was funny though, because I was supposed to, I think I was like on a standby or something, and they were like, oh, we don't need no more models.
And
I'm like, no, yes you do.
So wait, you were there?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
there. Like, they told me to come just in case, like, you know, to get casted and stuff. And then they were like, oh, we don't need no more models. I'm like,
You just stood
I
there?
sat there. I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. Like, we gonna figure it out.
And then what happened
We
then?
gonna figure it out. Designers needed models and stuff. And I'm like, and it worked out. They're like, you go to hair and makeup. I'm like, I know. Yep, I know. This is where I'm supposed to be. Y'all didn't. You forgot real quick. But, yeah. In the modeling world, like, your agency does get a percentage. And but me,
Oh, I didn't even ask you that. How much did you get paid for the Milan trip?
it was like $3,500.
Oh.
Yeah, but there were some other models there that were of different colors,
They got paid more?
like 10,000. Yeah. And yeah, doing the same thing. Doing the same.
And they told
thing.
you that?
Yeah, we were just like. I didn't let them know how much I was getting paid, because when I heard that, I was like, "You dancing?" I'm like, "You for real? You for real?" Like, oh my gosh. So, yeah.
And how much did your agency take from you?
I don't remember.
So how much did you get?
No, I ended up getting like 33,000. Yeah, like 3,500. It was either between 3,000 and 3,500. Maybe like 3,200.
What if they just took that?
They didn't take that much. No. I have the emails and stuff that show the price,
okay.
like, and how much the rate was. No.
Okay.
Because I was definitely on that too, because they were like, they were a type of like agent. They didn't like sharing the specific details of things like that, and I'm like, no, like, I
It's
don't.
your money.
Exactly. I'm like, I brought this. Like, no,
They didn't have to contact you. They probably saw you on Instagram somehow, and they could have just emailed you, but they emailed them because they're your agent.
Exactly. I'm like, yeah, nah, bro. Like, this is not how we finna do this.
So what was the
Ridiculous.
percentage? So they know, like, for your-
20%.
Okay.
It started off as 10% for the first contract I had. Was it 10 or 15? Maybe 15%. It was 15% first, and then it went to 20%. And what made me leave was that they wanted to be really strict about who I could work with and like who I couldn't work with. So the same person that got me the Rocky thing, she got me a gig for, I don't know if it's ever gonna come out. Signed an NDA. I don't know. I didn't say that.
No, this girl's hilarious.
I didn't say that. But yeah, and it was like a really last minute booking. Like, they sent the call time at like 11 p.m. I had to wake up that morning to go get my hair done early in the a.m. Then I made it to the video shoot. And then that night I let my agent know. I'm like, hey, this is everything that went down, blah, blah, blah. And they got like so upset with me. Like, this is a really big casting director, because they wanted the clout chaser. Yeah.
I'm confused. Why were they mad at you?
Because I didn't let them know before I went to the shoot.
Boy, if you don't get...
I didn't have to let them know shit. Right. Like, yeah, I didn't let them know before.
So what were they mad about? Besides you not telling them, what did they want? What was gonna happen?
They
if you
wanted the
did?
connection. They wanted that to be in control of like my movement. And I'm a Gemini, y'all. I mean, I know the business aspect of things. I'm like, maybe I'm just not meant to like be in the
So how did
business
you
world.
find out about the opportunity? They contacted you directly?
Yeah, they reached out to me directly.
Oh, this is on the...
Right.
Of course you're
I'm
gonna
like,
find out.
If they telling me, oh, this is a last minute booking, I'm not be like, oh, go through my agent and make it more difficult. Like,
Yeah.
no, like, if you know I'm rocking with you, but I guess that's just not how the industry is. Like,
So they felt some type of way because they couldn't know the specifics about the call, like how much they were gonna pay you, so they can know how much to take from you.
Yeah, it was only $250.
That
They was
paid
getting
you?
$25. Yeah, they would have been. They would have been getting $25. I'm like, you beastin'.
Okay, so
That's
for the one that we aren't talking about, the one that's NDA, that was $250, but ASAP Rocky, was that $250 too, or was that more?
I got that by myself before I was signed,
So
but that was also, I think, like $250. Actually, maybe like $300. Yeah.
so those were paid though.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
paid.
And then even like, because it's on his album cover, and it was like put like, it's still going to be used for the rest of...
And that's why sometimes you need an agent. Because Yeah, I was the one-time pay, and from that, I didn't know I was gonna be on the cover at all. I just knew
They be doing stuff like that. They don't be telling you anything.
I didn't know it was for him till I pulled up to the shoot. So they were like, "Oh, it's like a high-end, well-known artist that wants to work with you." So I'm like, "Why not?" Like, I think I was like 19 or 20 at the time. I'm like, "Okay, like, sure, why not?" So I went. And then they kept saying like, "Oh, you guys are gonna get your hair braided like Rocky, blah blah blah." So I asked one of the other models. I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, who this for?" They like, "This for Rocky." I was like, so now I'm like fangirl on the inside. I'm gonna say like, "Okay." He like, I'm cool. And he kissed me on the cheek and everything. It was nice. It was so lovely. I was in a relationship though at the time, and you lucky I didn't cheat.
And
Anyway.
He probably had one or two already that day.
Like, Fancy, I'm here. Ivy
Yeah.
Park, I'm here. Okay, everybody.
All those big opportunities, they will come.
Tell
Especially
Bar.
because you already had it.
I'm here.
You already had it, so there's no possible, like, I guess it's just about your mindset, like,
Yeah.
trusting that, like, you already, if there was a barrier, you're already over it,
Thank you.
you know?
I would say definitely don't get discouraged if you see, like, not getting certain gigs. Because before Milan, I definitely wasn't doing, like, much. I was a waitress. I was waitressing. And I just believed. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna keep doing this. Gonna keep going. So, yeah, don't feel bad about passing stuff up. Don't forget to clap for other people during your time, during your wait time. Okay, learn, connect, ask questions in this time. Do all of those things. Yeah.
And don't hate on other people getting opportunities while you're waiting
Don't.
for it.
It's very whack. Drive pussy energy.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It's a little dick energy. It's just not. Don't do
Seriously.
that.
There's so much going on in people's lives that you'll never know about. So when you see people doing well, be happy for them, you know? Thank you so much for joining me and Khafeeon on another episode of Spilling the Industry Tea. I hope you guys enjoyed everything that we have shared. I forgot to shout out Sabotage's earrings. I'm wearing the What the Fuzz crochet earrings in mystical purple. So you guys should go check out all of that goodness on Sabotage.com. I put the link right here for y'all to check it out.
Check it out.
And if you like this video and you want more Spilling the Industry Tea episodes, please like it. Like it. The only way I know that you want it, if you like the button. If you don't like the button, I won't know. And
How will they know? How will they know? How will we know, guys? So,
and also subscribe if you have not yet, so you can continue to join me on my fashion and beauty journey.
the Instagram. I'm a kid, y'all. My Instagram is KWEENTHEGODDESE, Queen the Goddess. My other Instagram, which is like more personal and more intimate, is How Love Sees It. And you can also find me on Twitter at How Love Sees It and on YouTube at How Love Sees It.
Thank you guys so much for being here with us. And I will see you next time in the next video. Bye.
You's a queen, and you are meant to be free. You's a queen, and you are meant to be free. You should sip your tea and mind your business. Sip your tea and mind your business.